One of the most talked about issue in business today is the issue to do with managing emotions, or what it's called emotional intelligence. And whatever it is that you come across people talking about emotional intelligence, there are many things that they talk about. But I want to talk about emotions in sales and how they affect our performance in sales. First, there are certain emotions that are very common in sales. The most powerful emotion that I have seen in sales, whether it's by the salesperson or the customer being sold to, is fear. And as salespeople are overwhelmed by a lot of fear. And one of the biggest fear that holds back many salespeople is fear of rejection. Fear of rejection makes salespeople limit themselves, limit even the kind of people they can talk to, because they fear being rejected. And the other fear that salespeople deal with is fear of failure. And it's a common fear. And in sales, fear of failure is a true fear, because failure is part of sales. As someone said, failure in sales is just like blood in surgery. You have to interact with the two. You cannot take up failure, probably you should not be in sales. But the other emotion that is common is unworthiness. And many salespeople are overwhelmed by this fear that they are not good enough. They are not good enough to be doing what it is that they are doing. They are not good enough even to sell what it is that they are selling. They even have this emotion of they are nagging. They are nagging or causing distress to the people they are going to sell to. So let's talk about a few things that you could do about this fear. The first thing that you need to do is to note when that fear is at play and to feel it. How do you know you have it? When you hear yourself telling yourself certain things, or you could feel certain sensations in your body, a tightening of chest, sweaty hands, know that, and that can tell you I'm fearing. So the first thing that you need to do is when there's that emotion at play, you need to pick out at it. The second thing is to look at that emotion and ask yourself, is it even logical? Is it justifiable? For example, fear of rejection. If you are approaching a customer and you're overwhelmed by this fear, you need to ask yourself, what is it that what is the worst thing that could happen to me if I went to see this particular prospect? What is the worst thing that could happen? The worst thing could happen is you be told, I don't want to see you and I never want to see you. Get out of here and be gone. And that you can tell them, you can tell yourself that there is no bodily harm out of that. So if you face that and you rationalize that fear, you can deal with it. So the first thing is note it. The second thing is try to think through it and communicate with it and see whether there's even logical basis for that fear. And the third thing is to empower fear, to use it to empower yourself. When I fear failure, I keep on asking myself, oh, how can I make this even bigger? When they're training firefighters, one of the things that the firefighter is trained is when they fear the fire is to dive into the fire. And the more you face that fear, the more you get used to it. So when you have that fear of rejection, you need to put yourself in more and more situations where you'll be rejected so that you can get used to that fear. And the more you do that, the more you become better and better at dealing with emotions. If you want to learn more about how to deal with sales emotions and turn them into assets for great success, visit us at growthpartners.co.ke or email us at info@growthpartners.co.ke. Have a lovely day.